Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Della. I hope you are doing good as far as everything is concerned, life being the cream de la cream. And for today's video, I am going to be talking about what I feel different in terms of the non-pregnant me and the pregnant me, as far as my journey is concerned, because I haven't really yet completed the task, but I am currently at 16 plus weeks, and this is a pre-recording, so do not get yourself calculating on when I should be giving birth. But yeah, so I am going to talk about what has been different in terms of my physical being and my mental, my emotional, my everything. So to start off, I am going to appreciate every mother because it's a struggle, especially if you have to deal with the nausea and all these other reactions in your body. Really, for me, I can really speak boldly when it comes to nausea because it is disturbing, and it is, I can really say I prefer being undergoing cramps than vomiting. Vomiting is so disturbing even to think about it, to be honest, and it is what has been draining me a lot, apart from being tired in itself. But the vomiting, because it happens every other morning, and it at times can just appear out of nowhere, meaning any other time, not only in the morning, because how I understood nausea is it happens during the morning only, but in my case I have experienced it different times, different occasions, different situations, and it is really draining to have yourself vomiting, especially unaware, and you're in public or in a place that is not comforting enough for you to do that. Assumingly, if there was another day I was from alighting at Ambassador and I was going to buy myself pills to control the nausea. Now, I used another shortcut there. Thank God it is not a very clean area, so it's the drainage of dirty water, per se sewage-ish. So I didn't really feel that guilt of vomiting there, but let me tell you, by the time I spotted a place where I could literally feel free to vomit, I had struggled walking. And mark you, it is in town, the streets of Nairobi, where there are people and there are motor vehicles. People who are walking in whichever form and style they want, meaning they can be hitting you with luggages. They're just blocking your way. And this to border in towns, yani, it is so crazy. It felt like a 2 days journey, just going and spotting a place where I can really vomit. But eventually I released what was to be released at that moment, and at that time I really didn't care, by the way. I just vomited, and it was, see, I told you it is a dirty place where there is this drainage, sewage stuff, and there was a matatu over there. So in this matatu there was the driver who was pretending that he's not seeing me. When I vomit and I raise my head and look at him, he looks the other way as if I don't see him looking at me. And across the street there were these street people who are really sympathizing with me, like, pole travel. And I'm like I didn't even respond. I was just vomiting. I just wanted to just vomit, go get the meds, and just leave town. Because one day again, the smell and everything is just a distraction to my breathing, which I'll get to it in a few. But the vomiting in the morning, maybe during lunch hour, at night. So in this case, you feel like you're eating and you're vomiting everything you have already eaten, and it's disturbing to have to vomit and then eat after you vomit. So it's not a pleasing thing, given the fact that, as for me, in my own experience, let's say I took, hope I'm not going to spoil any appetite for you guys, but given the case that I take tea and bread in the morning, then I vomit. When I vomit, of course it comes out of my mouth and I have to taste the vomit. So my brain registers the taste of the vomit, and the fact that I associate the taste with tea and bread, I'll end up hating taking tea and bread because I recall the taste of vomit. So it happens that I generally hate food in which other people say they have cravings. I have like zero cravings, because the moment I take in any type of food, let's say ugali skuma, and it comes out, the taste is registered and it torments me. There is an aeroplane, sorry. So I was saying, in a situation where I take ugali skuma and it comes out, the taste is registered in the brain and it doesn't give me that much happiness or the desire to want to eat ugali skuma ever again, because I recall the taste of it coming out. But I'm not saying that I don't eat ugali skuma at the moment. I'm just saying it's a feeling that is disturbing, especially if you keep recalling it. So what I do is just focus myself on other things and just ignore the fact that I can vomit and the taste of vomit and everything. As I wind up about the nausea, it's more or less a brain thing, because I at the moment don't eat pork or red meat per se, because acha niseme tu iliniharibikia, not that it affected my stomach, it just ilinikataa. So whenever I am traveling and I just see a butchery, I just end up looking the other side, because it is, as I said, it makes me recall the feeling of it coming out of my body. And but other than that, I can say, apart from food, because in my case scenario, I hate food, and that's why I'm not even adding weight. Regardless, I'm still alive and I'm still coping, and I am taking meds that help. The other thing is that I have become lazy in the sense of waking up, lazy in the sense of doing anything, lazy in the sense of even filming, because I didn't film the better part of last year, because I was dealing with this new thing yenye haiko inataka hasira. Even after confirming by taking a test that I was pregnant, there was a part of me that was like, I'm not pregnant. Okay, I honestly knew I was pregnant given the fact that I was experiencing nausea, and I had already tested. I had already gone for my first clinic appointment, which they didn't really do an ultrasound, and they did not test. You know, when you test for the pregnancy kit, they didn't test. They just tested the urine pH, I guess. Per se, I'm trying to say that if I had an ultrasound and seen the baby, I will be like, yeah, there is something growing inside me. But what made me stupidly think that there might be a problem with me, in this case I'm not pregnant, is the fact that my belly didn't grow. For a fact, it's my pregnancy didn't show for a while. It just started showing at around 16 weeks, which I can easily hide if I wanted to. You can't really tell I'm pregnant by looking at me, except those people who are in the field and they just look at you and just conclude. But other than that, my stomach really ain't showing, and that's why I was like, I might not be pregnant. I might be wasting my time going for clinic appointments. So as I was saying, it was really hard for myself to digest the fact that I was having a baby inside me because the stomach didn't really show. But there was, now this time after my first clinic appointment, I was told to go get an ultrasound so that they can know exactly how big is their baby. So for that, I actually went for the ultrasound 3 weeks later after my first appointment, and that was when I really believed that I had a baby growing inside me. Otherwise, my body was like the same. No one could really tell that I was pregnant, because I have, from my understanding, I have it is my body type that does not show I'm pregnant that easily. And by saying my body type, I am a little bit small, so it's hard for someone to really tell that I am pregnant for the first months per se. But yeah, I got to finally see, seeing is believing. So at the end of the day, I saw and I believed. The other thing that's different for me, that's it's not medically proven per se. I really haven't consulted any other person who was pregnant if they encountered the same. But apart from me being able to smell things that I normally wouldn't really tell that they are around me, including sweaty people, perfumes, food stuff. The other different thing that is not medically proven, or rather I haven't really consulted anyone who was pregnant before if they came across this feeling of being able to hear sharply. I mean, if the hearing was at 50% for a normal person, mine has increased to about 80-85, because I can really hear things sharply and loudly. At this point, I would really say that I am a vampire. Those are the things that I find different as far as my pregnancy is concerned, and me comparing myself to when I was not pregnant. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe by clicking the red subscribe button. Until the next video, bye.